Sometimes, the biggest relationship conflicts don't start with betrayal or secrets. They start with something as small as self-care. This story comes from a married woman who made a few personal changes, going back to the gym, trimming her hair, and asking for a small adjustment in household routines. What followed wasn't support. It was suspicion, control, and emotional escalation that left her questioning reality itself. I'm sharing this anonymously because I feel deeply isolated and need an outside perspective. I'm married, in my mid-30s, and we have children. Recently, I started going to the gym again, not obsessively, not socially, just to improve my health. I've struggled with my weight for years, but after a medical procedure last year, long-term pain issues finally disappeared. For the first time in over a decade, my body feels capable of movement again. This change made me hopeful. One evening, I wore light makeup and went to the gym. I don't usually do that, and I don't interact with people there beyond basic politeness. Still, my husband immediately became suspicious. He accused me of having hidden motives, implied I was prioritizing myself over the family, and suggested I might be emotionally checked out of the marriage. None of that was true. Over time, I've started noticing a pattern. Whenever I focus on myself, my health, my appearance, or my autonomy, he reacts with anger or entitlement. It often feels like my value is measured by how much I serve others rather than who I am. Around the same time, we argued over something very small. I asked him, once again, to place dirty dishes on one side of the sink so the other side could be used for washing. Instead of a simple discussion, he reacted defensively and made a hurtful comment about my body. It felt unnecessary and deeply upsetting for such a minor request. The disagreement escalated through messages. He accused me of dishonesty, neglecting the family, and even suggested he might start seeking attention elsewhere just to prove a point. I didn't engage much. It was overwhelming. A few days later, I trimmed my own hair. I hadn't cut it in over a year, and even after the trim, it was still long. When my husband saw it, he mocked my decision, exaggerated his reactions, criticized my appearance, and threatened divorce, all over a haircut I chose for myself. Later, he apologized briefly but followed it by telling the family that everyone needed to stop questioning him and simply follow his lead. Since then, he continues to frame my gym visits, personal choices, and basic household requests as selfish or disrespectful. What confuses me most is the double standard. He's always been outgoing and social, often interacting with many people through past work and social settings. I never accused him of wrongdoing because I believe trust is built on behavior, not assumptions. Yet at home, small conversations often turn into accusations or power struggles instead of calm discussion. I usually try to de-escalate by staying quiet or redirecting the situation. I'm left wondering, am I actually doing something wrong? Or is this about control rather than the gym, hair, or dishes? I genuinely want honest feedback. I just want to know if I'm missing something. I think this situation isn't about fitness, appearance, or household chores. It's about autonomy. When personal growth triggers anger instead of support, it often signals insecurity, fear of losing control, or unresolved power dynamics. The repeated pattern, suspicion, emotional escalation, public dominance, and conditional apologies suggest the conflict may be rooted in authority rather than communication. Healthy relationships don't require one partner to shrink so the other feels safe. Self-improvement should never feel like betrayal. If taking care of your health, your body, or your voice leads to punishment instead of encouragement, it may be time to ask a difficult question, not about loyalty, but about balance, respect, and emotional safety. What do you think? Is this about personal growth or control disguised as concern?